It all started one quiet Sunday morning when Ryan noticed muddy footprints inside his hallway. He lived alone, his doors were locked, and yet someone had been inside. The strange part? Nothing was missing. His TV, laptop, even his wallet, all untouched. But on the kitchen counter sat a half-empty mug of coffee. The kind his late wife used to drink. His heart skipped a beat. Was someone playing a prank? Or was it something more sinister? As days passed, more odd things happened. His mail disappeared, lights flickered at midnight, and once, his back door was slightly open. When he checked security footage, there she was. A woman in a red jacket, carrying a clipboard, casually walking through his backyard like she owned it. Her name? Karen, president of the neighborhood HOA. She claimed she was just inspecting for rule violations, but Ryan knew she had crossed the line. What kind of HOA president entered people's homes? Why was she so interested in his property? Ryan decided to confront her, but deep down, he sensed something darker behind that fake smile. Something personal. That night, he installed new locks, but a strange feeling lingered, the kind you get when someone's watching. And as he closed his blinds, he saw her, standing across the street, smiling under a flickering streetlight. The game had just begun. The next morning, Ryan marched to Karen's house, demanding an explanation. She opened the door, acting surprised. "Oh, Ryan, I was just ensuring your lawn meets HOA standards," she said sweetly. But her eyes betrayed her tone, cold, calculating. Ryan replied, "You entered my home, Karen. That's trespassing." She laughed, "Don't be dramatic. We have rights to inspect common property." Common property? His home wasn't part of that. Ryan stormed off, but later that afternoon, he received a letter from the HOA, a fine for unapproved exterior paint. He hadn't painted anything. It was clear now, Karen was trying to harass him. Over the week, her intrusions grew bolder. Ryan would find small things moved around. Windows slightly open, even his tools rearranged. She was sending a message, she could come and go whenever she wanted. Ryan reported her to local police, but they said there wasn't enough evidence of forced entry. That's when he realized Karen was smart. She had keys. Old spare keys from the developer's box. It wasn't just harassment anymore, it was psychological warfare, so Ryan decided if she wanted to keep breaking in, he'd give her something to remember. Something colorful. Something she wouldn't forget. The plan was about to begin. That evening, Ryan sat in his garage surrounded by cans of paint, ropes, and old pulleys. His idea was simple: if Karen wanted to sneak in again, she'd walk straight into a trap, a harmless one, but humiliating enough to make her stop. He mixed a bright, sticky blue paint, the kind used for fences. He rigged the setup inside his entryway. A simple wire connected to a small bucket balanced over the doorframe. If someone opened the door without unlocking it properly, splash, it wouldn't hurt her. It would just teach her a colorful lesson. Over the next 2 days, Ryan acted normal. He went on morning walks, smiled at neighbors, and even waved to Karen, who stood pretending to water her plants. But every evening, he'd adjust his trap, making sure it was ready. Friday night, the storm rolled in. Ryan left his porch light on and pretended to go to bed early. Around midnight, faint footsteps approached his door. The knob turned slowly, click, creak, he held his breath, then thump. Splash! A shriek followed, blue paint exploded across his entryway. Through the window, he saw Karen frozen in shock, dripping from head to toe, her red jacket now bright blue. Ryan couldn't help it, he laughed. But the game was far from over. The next morning, Ryan woke to chaos. Karen stood outside with 2 HOA board members, yelling about vandalism. She accused him of setting a dangerous trap and attacking a community representative. Ryan calmly showed them his security footage. Karen breaking in. The trap going off. The board members' faces turned pale. But Karen wasn't done. She threatened to sue. "Go ahead," Ryan said. The footage says it all. That night, Ryan received an anonymous letter under his door. "You embarrassed me. You'll regret this." His stomach twisted. She wasn't backing down. Soon, strange rumors spread. Neighbors stopped talking to him, someone scratched his car, and HOA notices flooded his mailbox. Karen was using her influence to turn everyone against him. But Ryan had something she didn't: the truth and evidence, so he planned his next move. A bigger one. One that would expose her for good. Ryan collected months of footage: Karen entering properties, manipulating HOA forms, even altering vote results. It was enough to destroy her reputation. He prepared a USB with all the evidence and emailed the local HOA district office. But before he could send it, his power went out. The screen went black. Outside, thunder rolled, and he heard footsteps on his porch again. Was she really doing this again? He grabbed his flashlight and opened the door. Nothing. But his gate swung open in the wind. And blue footprints led away into the dark. That's when his neighbor, Mrs. Collins, appeared. "She's losing it, Ryan. Karen's been sneaking around at night. Be careful." Morning came, and the HOA board called an emergency meeting. Ryan attended, holding his laptop. Karen was there, still bitter, her arm in a sling from slipping that night. "Let's discuss Ryan's behavior," she started, but Ryan interrupted, plugging in the drive. "Actually," he said, "let's discuss yours." The room fell silent. One by one, Ryan played the clips. Karen unlocking doors that weren't hers. Karen taking photos through people's windows. Karen lying on reports. The board gasped, some looking away in embarrassment. Her voice cracked. "This is an invasion of privacy." "Funny," Ryan replied, "that's exactly what you did." The meeting ended in chaos. Karen resigned that night, humiliated. The blue stains on her jacket had faded, but not her anger. Ryan thought it was finally over, until the next morning, his porch was covered in blue paint. A message written across his door in dripping letters: "Still watching." Ryan smiled faintly. For the first time, he didn't feel fear, he felt victory. Because every camera on his property was recording. Every second, the evidence was stronger than any paint could ever be. Weeks passed. Karen moved out quietly after a lawsuit from multiple residents. Ryan's footage had spread online, and neighbors finally apologized for doubting him. Peace returned to the street. Mostly, one morning, as he sipped his coffee, Ryan noticed something outside his window: a single blue handprint on his mailbox. Fresh, he chuckled softly. Old habits die hard. But this time, he didn't set another trap. He didn't need to. The cameras, the community, and his calm were enough. He turned off his lights, sat back, and whispered, "Game over, Karen." And maybe, somewhere, she finally learned that some lines, no matter how blue, should never be crossed. And that was the final twist in this unbelievable HOA story. If you love the drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment sharing your thoughts. It really helps this channel grow.